Hello. Thank you for joining the Tennessee Department of Transportation, also known as TDOT, for this public involvement meeting to discuss the I-40, I-75 West Knoxville Corridor Planning and Environmental Linkages Study, TDOT Project Identification Number 135384.00, also known as the I-40, I-75 West Knoxville Corridor PEL Study. This public meeting is an opportunity to learn more about the PEL study and share your feedback. The map on the screen outlines the I-40, I-75 West Knoxville Corridor PEL study limits, which extend approximately 17 miles from Interstate 40 and the Interstate 75 interchange in Loudoun County to the I-640 interchange just west of downtown Knoxville. The PEL study will determine which alternatives will be optimal to advance into the next phase of project development, the National Environmental Policy Act, also known as the NEPA phase. TDOT intends to adopt planning products and recommendations made as part of the PEL study into future NEPA studies per Title 23 of the U.S. Code, Part 168. A PEL study is a technical approach that integrates transportation planning with environmental review under NEPA, allowing corridor-level challenges to be identified early through broad planning-level studies. These studies help pinpoint transportation issues and guide future project development, streamlining decision-making across agencies and expediting project identification and advancement. It also evaluates environmental, social, and economic goals at state, local, and regional levels while actively involving the public, transportation agencies, and local governments from the outset. Their input is immediately considered in key transportation decisions, ensuring more informed, inclusive, and effective outcomes. The draft purpose of the study is to ease congestion and to improve mobility and operational efficiency in the West Knoxville area. The study goals are to improve travel time, accommodate current and anticipated demand, provide congestion relief and improve level of service, enhance freight and goods movement, improve safety, and address limited funding and accelerate project delivery by leveraging funding and delivery mechanisms authorized by the Transportation Modernization Act, or TMA. This graphic outlines the project development process. The study team is currently in the PEL phase. Before any construction can begin along the I-40, I-75 corridor, all required PEL planning products must be completed. These planning products are critical for TDOT to identify specific projects along the corridor and advance them into the NEPA phase. From there, projects can move into development, final design, and ultimately, construction. Once built, TDOT will be responsible for operating and maintaining these improvements. The PEL study timeline shown on the screen outlines the anticipated planning products and anticipated timelines. As of November 2025, the study team has finished several important parts of the study, including the traffic analysis framework, the traffic volume development, the Way Station Alternatives Report, the PEL study framework and methodology agreement, and the Public Involvement and Agency Coordination Plan, which details how the public and cooperating agencies will be involved. Over the next few months through early 2026, the team will be working on several important tasks. Those include preparing a baseline conditions report, which describes the current conditions along the corridor, preparing a report on the first round of public meetings, developing the purpose and need report and alternative screening methodology to help identify and evaluate possible improvements. By early 2026, the team will be developing and analyzing potential alternatives and utilizing tools such as traffic and revenue modeling and the travel demand modeling to help decide which options are best to move forward with. There will be a second round of public meetings, and the PEL study will conclude with the Federal Highway Administration PEL questionnaire and final report. This map highlights existing traffic congestion conditions and bottleneck locations. This data was compiled from 2022 through 2024. A bottleneck occurs when traffic flow is restricted, typically because too many vehicles are trying to pass through a narrow or slower section of roadway. These conditions can be caused by lane reductions, sudden large increases in traffic demand such as merging traffic from ramps, construction zones, or even recurring crashes. 9 of the top 20 bottlenecks in TDOT's Region 1 are located within the study limits. It is also important to note that 3 of these locations are in the top 20 bottlenecks statewide. This means some of the most severe congestion points in Tennessee are right here in this corridor. The 2 maps shown on the screen illustrate average weekday traffic congestion along the corridor from 2022 through 2024, using vehicle speed as an indicator over several hours. Areas shown in green represent traffic moving at higher speeds, while red areas indicate slow traffic speed and heavier congestion. The map on the left indicates the average weekday speeds during the morning peak period from 7 to 10 a.m. Traffic generally moves with moderate congestion, primarily in the eastbound direction from Watt Road to Paper Mill Drive. The map on the right reflects the afternoon peak period from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. Here we observe more yellow and red segments along the corridor. This indicates slower speeds and more significant congestion for a longer time when compared to the morning peak period. More severe and widespread slowdowns may be experienced over short periods of time within the peak periods. This graphic presents the concentrations of crash data collected along the study area from 2022 through 2024. On the right side, a heat map indicates crash density. The yellow color shown on the map indicates the highest density of reported crashes, while light blue represents lower crash rates. Across the study area, a total of 5,146 crashes were recorded over the 3-year period. Of those, 17 resulted in fatalities, and 76 involved serious injuries. The circle pie chart is a breakdown of collision types. Understanding where and how these crashes occur helps us identify areas of the largest need for potential improvements. This slide shows the social and built environment existing conditions, which includes a variety of community facilities such as places of worship, neighborhoods, schools, hospitals, parks, and fire and police stations. There are also 2,169 eligible historic architectural properties, with 16 locations listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The study area also includes 246 archaeological sites, which includes 4 Civil War sites and 150 cemeteries. This map illustrates the natural environment existing conditions, which include 4,058 acres of potential wetlands and waters of the United States. There are 119,105 acres of flood hazard areas and 54 facilities that include either parks, trails, and/or recreation centers. It is important to note that within the study area, there is no habitat that supports protected species. This graphic shows a table which defines the existing design deficiencies along the I-40, I-75 corridor. These include short acceleration lanes, which make it difficult for drivers to merge safely, low bridge clearances, which limit large vehicle access and increase the risk of bridge strikes, tight curve radii, which can cause vehicles to lose control or overturn, and insufficient spacing between interchanges, which leads to congestion and increased vehicle weaving. The map on the right pinpoints where these issues occur, shown with various icons. Shown on the screen, you will see the alternative screening methodology process, which includes 4 main phases. First, study initiation, which is where the study team reviews past studies, existing conditions, and policies. Secondly, the purpose and need phase, where the study team will identify the needs for the study and develop its purpose. Third, the alternative development analysis phase is used to evaluate options to identify the most feasible recommendations. The fourth phase is to finalize the PEL study. This is where the study team will prepare the final report and seek coordination and acknowledgement from the Federal Highway Administration and TDOT. Throughout all phases, ongoing public involvement and agency coordination activities will be conducted to ensure community and stakeholder input shapes future projects. TDOT would like your input on the I-40, I-75 West Knoxville Corridor PEL study, and there are multiple ways to share your feedback shown on the screen. You may complete a TDOT comment card, available at the in-person public meetings or online at the web address shown on the screen. You can also scan the QR code on this screen if you are viewing on your mobile device to direct you to the I-40, I-75, West Knoxville Corridor Pell Study website and survey. Additionally, you can email westknox@publicinput.com with the subject line TDOT Project Comments, I-40, I-75, West Knoxville Corridor Pell Study. The study team also has a phone line where you can leave a voicemail by calling 1-855-925-2801 and enter project code 11074 when prompted. You can also mail your comments to TDOT Project Comments, I-40, I-75, West Knoxville Corridor Pell Study, to 505 Dederick Street, Suite 700, Nashville, Tennessee, zip code 37243-0349. All comments must be received by December 4th, 2025, to be included in the public meeting summary report. This deadline marks the end of the official comment period for this study. We sincerely appreciate your participation and interest in the I-40, I-75, West Knoxville Corridor Planning and Environmental Linkages Study. Your questions, comments, and concerns will receive careful consideration. Thank you. This concludes the presentation.